everybody, this is attorney Katie Frekhtman, a New York City personal injury trial attorney, and today I wanted to show you a little bit of my office. We have the reception, the exterior, and this is our conference room where you can see we have a vibe board, which is like an interactive board that you could do Zoom calls with and have people be really big, and it's pretty cool. And also you could, maybe I'll do a YouTube video using the vibe board later on where I could show you things like videos or PowerPoint presentations. So it's pretty cool board. And here we even have a green screen if you wanted to do a video with different background. And we have our different, I'll turn around here. You can see we have like the sign here of our law firm with the conference room table behind me. So it's pretty cool. So today's video, I wanted to talk about, actually wanted to talk about something interesting. I wanted to talk about what I've learned from doing consultations with you, with YouTube viewers. I've gotten a lot of consultations. People have called me about various issues and they've asked me questions. And it seems to be a little bit of a recurrent theme. The same thing keeps happening with a lot of different people. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. And it seems to me like what's really been happening is that people are not getting the right answers or the right communication from their attorney. For example, a lot of people are going to mediations. Clients, with serious injuries are going to mediations, and they're being told, how much do you think the case is worth? How much would you settle the case? And to me, it just sounds so silly. These are clients, seriously injured victims. How would they know what it's worth? It's kind of like saying, does a doctor say to a patient, hey, what kind of surgery do you need? No, right? The doctor does the surgery. The doctor does the treatment. The doctor does not tell the client. So that's just something that I think is completely silly, and something that, lawyers really should be in greater contact with their clients. I strive to give like unfettered access. Clients could text me, they can email me, they can come in for a meeting, they can schedule a meeting, I go to their house, and that way, I get to know them and I understand the case. The second point that I've really learned from doing a lot of consultations with various clients or potential clients or just people who have questions, viewers, YouTube viewers, is this issue that a lot of YouTube viewers are having this problem where they don't know how much insurance there is. So say, for example, it's a truck crash and their lawyer is telling them, well, how much do you think the case is worth? But meanwhile, the client doesn't know how much insurance is available. So it's a tractor trailer. It could be $1 million, but it could be $1 million with 10 million excess. That's a big difference, So if it's $1 million and I have a serious injury like a spinal fusion, I would send a letter, a settlement opportunity letter, and ask for $1 million. And if they don't pay the $1 million, then I would put in the letter, well, now, the policy is open. You didn't pay the $1 million. You let the settlement opportunity, the good faith effort lapse. And now the minimum amount I would accept is $5 million and we're going to trial. But if you don't know how much the insurance is, you can't do that. So you have to know how much the insurance is. And oftentimes I'll tell that to the potential new client, right? And the potential new client will say, okay, I'm going to call my lawyer. I'll get back to you. They call their lawyer. And then when they get back to me, guess what? They tell me that their lawyer told them that they don't know how much the policy is either. And that's just mind-boggling to me, because in every single case, one of the first things I do is I send a simple discovery request. And the discovery request says, tell me the primary policy, tell me any excess, tell me the umbrella, tell me the supplemental, tell me the concurrent. Tell me all and any insurance policies that are applicable other than the primary policy you have previously disclosed. So for example, I'll give you a perfect example. I was representing a lady who was injured in a ceiling collapse in her apartment. And the whole time, the defense lawyer and the insurance company represented to me and in court orders that there was only $1 million, no more. But I had sent this demand, right? Give me any other policies, the excess, the umbrella. And if there are no other policies, then give me an affidavit from the landlord, from the management company, confirming and swearing, I swear there are no other policies, and get me a broker's affidavit, an affidavit of search that the insurance broker who procured these policies, does a search, and there are no other policies. So they ignore it, they don't answer it, but you have to be diligent, you have to follow up, and there was a court order pending, right? So guess what happens? We're about 2 months away from trial, and all of a sudden I get a response to my discovery, and they're saying, oh yeah, well, like we told you before, we have $1 million, but we also have $25 million in excess. Oh, like, thanks for telling me now. Like that's, you didn't think that was important for me to know? You see, so that's so different. I mean, if it's a $1 million case, you go for $1 million. If it's a $26 million case, well, you can approach it in a completely different way, right? You have the potential to get much more money. And that case actually settled for more than $2 million because that lady had a spinal fusion. So had I not done that, I would have never even asked for more than $1 million because that's all they ever said that they had, right? So it's such a big difference. So I really, really stress that you find out how much insurance there is in your case, including excess umbrella, all, supplemental, concurrent, whatever they call it, all the policies that are applicable to your case. And it's a little bit of a deep dive. You have to be, a little bit diligent and follow up and get the true answer, number one. And number two, your lawyer should know this, and your lawyer who's representing you should know what the case is worth. And it doesn't mean that they have to know exactly. No one knows exactly, right? Because a jury, you might have exactly the same case. One jury gives you 10 million, another jury gives you 5 million, another jury gives you 1 million, and the fourth jury maybe gives you 0, right? Anything's possible in a jury trial, but they should have some kind of idea of value. And that way, as a client, what you're, kind of like what you're going for, what the value range is from X to X. Like if you have a discectomy case and it's a percutaneous discectomy, a surgery that took, maybe like 10 minutes. Well, those cases are usually worth anywhere from 100,000 on the low end up to 500,000 to 600,000 on the high end. Of course, you could have more, you can get $1 million, or you could have less. They could only allow for 50,000 or sometimes 0, right? If the liability is bad. But that's something that, the lawyers really should be talking to you about. So I just saw this issue over and over again, and I thought I would do a video to educate everyone. And I'm happy to take your calls. I'm happy to take your texts. Please, if you've been injured in New York, I'm happy to give you a free consultation. If you've been injured anywhere across the whole country, I'd be happy to give you a consultation. We've been finding partners in places like Mississippi, Ohio, California, Texas, Florida, and we've been working with excellent attorneys. So we're happy to, work on your case as well. Just let us know. Our main goal is helping serious injury victims and their families. And, we're not about making money for our firm. We're okay, we'll do fine. We're about helping the end user, the person who is the plaintiff, the person who has been injured, because that's where the focus has to be. It has to be on the individual that has suffered a life-changing forever injury, and that individual and his or her family need help, and we're here to help them. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and we're going to do a lot more videos for you. I wanted to do this one standing up, giving you a tour a little bit. This is my office where I shoot some of the videos. You see I have my little exercise bike so I can take a little break once in a while and get a workout, and my office in the background. And I showed you the exterior, the reception, and the conference room as well. This is just one of our offices. We have 6 offices all throughout New York City. This one is in Bensonhurst, which is South Brooklyn. We have one that's a storefront in North Brooklyn, in Bedford-Stuyvesant. Then we have one in the Bronx, in Bedford Park near the Grand Concourse, actually not too far from Yankee Stadium and the courthouse as well in the Bronx. And then we have 2 in Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan, as well as downtown Manhattan. And then we have one in Queens on Forest Hills area. So this is one of our offices. This is the one I usually work in, but I'm going to start going to a few of the different offices to get a little bit of a diverse work environment. And I'm going to start doing those lives too. And in the lives, you could join me and you can ask questions. And maybe I'll put links to our other social media, like our Twitter, our Facebook, our Instagram. And that way you can ask questions in those various platforms. I'll review them, I'll compile your questions, and I'll start answering them live. If you're not able to join us live at that particular time and ask the question live, I'll have a bunch of your questions ready to go. Okay, everyone, I hope this has been helpful. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.